It has been over a year now that we have had the bus. We have made lots of changes to it in the time since we made our first trip a year ago to now, and we realized we need to do a tour video because a lot of people have asked what the bus looks like inside. So today the bus is actually clean, and so we're gonna do this tour and let you see what we've got going on inside Baggins the bus. So come on inside. We have, as you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory. We have living room space with a couch that we made out of plywood, and then some indoor-outdoor cushions that we purchased on Amazon. We have our with the couch here, we've got storage built in, so we keep our school books here. This couch becomes a bed for Rayanna, and so we have bedding for her in here, and then we just have some extra storage for stuff in the third side. We also have seat belts in all of these. We have seat belts on these seats. These are two of the bus seats that we saved from the original bus seats. And we also use storage in these. They do swing up, so we got more school books under here that the kids use on a regular basis. So we have our table here. One of the things that was a must-have when we were designing our bus was a large table, so all 7 of us could sit around the table and eat. We can pull out games like Catan and Ticket to Ride and have plenty of space. So we took the slider from our kitchen table at home, which we never used because it didn't have a leaf, and we have a table leaf that will slide in here, just another piece of plywood, and so we can use 2 people sitting here as well as 2 each on the bench, and we have another stool that we pull out so we can get 7 people. Actually, we could get 8 people around the table here. And we have our kitchen, and again, we kept things really simple. We didn't want to go super elaborate. We wanted to be able to keep things simple, keep the cost as low as possible, so that way we would have, we would still have money left to travel and not put everything into modeling the bus. So it's just simple 3/4 inch plywood construction. We just have laundry baskets to store our food and our kitchen stuff that just slide in and out. We have, just a Rubbermaid tote here for storing our food. And then we also built these upper cabinets so we could have more storage for food and for dishes, stuff like that. And also we've got storage over here. We do not have a refrigerator here, but we do have a freezer. With the freezer, we're able to bring a lot of food from home. And we're also able to make our own ice that then keeps our food in our cooler cold. We do have full running water. We've got our Berkey for keeping the water filtered, because we never know where you're getting drinking water from. And one of the neat things we went with the purpose is a faucet with an extendable hose, because then it's super easy to fill the Berkey. We can also take this and stick it out the window and rinse kids off if they've been playing on the lake and they're all wet and sandy and dirty. We can just stick that out the window and rinse them off. And underneath here we just have storage for our dirty dishes and our garbage and our hot water heater. So one thing that you'll notice that we don't have, besides the fact that we don't have a refrigerator, we don't have a stove. We really wanted to have a lot of counter space, because when we're cooking for 7 people, it takes quite a bit of space. And when we're making sandwiches, whatever. Anyway, we wanted counter space. We didn't necessarily want the stove and the oven. That was going to take up a lot of our storage space, especially when we're on the road. We're not really doing a lot of baking of stuff, so we're just using mostly stovetop. So we decided to just stick with a Pullman propane camp stove that we can pull out and use it outside, as well as walk-in window, so we have plenty of ventilation to be able to cook inside when we need to use the stovetop. We also have an Instant Pot that we store in this cupboard here. And because we have the solar and when we're hooked up to electric, we can use the Instant Pot. So we decided to go with these two things instead of doing an RV sized oven or even a full sized oven and stove, just because it gives our family more versatility. Also over here, it's something, it's kind of Matt's creation. This is also behind here is where we keep our batteries and all of the electrical components for the bus, inverter and all that stuff. So next we have our bathroom. There's still a little bit of work we're doing in here. We still don't have the bathroom faucet, that we do have the sink, and we have a homemade composting toilet in here. Next is our bunk room, and so we've got 4 of the kids will sleep here: Garrison, Barrett, Elisa, and Kaylin. And then further back here we have our bedroom. We decided to go with two separate beds so we could keep the walkway coming through here. This also becomes extra living space for the kids, for all of us all day long. We can sit back here and have like 2 couches, so everybody has a comfy spot to sit to watch a movie. And then we've got underbed storage here. Also, we've got our water tanks, spots for Matt's fishing rods, all the good stuff. And then we have the storage up above. Eventually these are going to get cupboard doors, but for now the baskets and the bungee straps hold everything in place while we're driving, so nobody gets their head crushed, because that's just not cool. We also can access the roof deck through this hatch here, and the kids love to go out there and sit and enjoy spending time on the roof doing their schoolwork. Why not? In the back here we have our garage space, for lack of a better term. This is just storage, and it is kind of messy storage. We have a couple toolboxes here, tool chests really, with drawers that we found on Facebook, pretty cheap. And so these help to keep a lot of things organized, tools and extra stuff, business supplies, inventory for the girls, things like that. And then we also have like just a bunch of storage back here, spots for the chairs and all that stuff. One of the things that helps to make this bus secure at night too is the front door. When it's closed and latched, it's locked. And so when we go out places, we have a deadbolt back of the door. Helps to keep the bus pretty secure. So another thing that we did with our construction, we wanted to keep things pretty simple, keep the cost low key. We wanted to be able to get it built as fast as possible so we could get on the road as soon as possible. We bought the bus in June, and we had our first trip with it the end of September of 2020. So it was pretty quick. And some things that we did, both to cut down on time and for functionality, is we left the original bus ceiling. We left the bus walls, partly because magnets just stick to it. So we can do all sorts of things, from hanging curtains with magnet hooks. We use magnet hooks for so many different things, as well as it can be a fun educational tool as we learn about the presidents and get them in order, which we're still working on. We'll get there. We can, there's lots of other things that we just hang stuff from the ceiling all the time, from paper towel dispenser to hooks to fun games for the kids. In the front here, this is kind of my domain. So I get to be the main driver. This bus is kind of my baby, and I love driving big vehicles, and so this is kind of my seat. But we have up here, Rihanna did a beautiful job of making like a sunrise scene on the header of the bus here, because we we're a big book family. We love to read. We love books. And this is a school experience, not just a fun experience vacation wise. So we have to have lots of school books and educational books and resource books to have with us on the road. So having a bookshelf was definitely a must-have for us. Bookshelf, we kept the mirror because then when I'm driving I can still see what's going on in back. I mean, Matt and Ryan and Elisa are really great about keeping chaos down, but it's really nice to be able to see what's going on. You can still be a part of the family and everything that's going on behind you. And then we have here for privacy, we do have curtains that just roll down and roll back up again. These are held in place by magnets, hooks and Velcro, and just some fabric that we had from our stash. So we have that. We also have a basket for just storing the dog leash, face masks, binoculars, and things that we want to grab real fast as we're heading out the door.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe subscribe. And till next time.
Until next time we can. And
Okay.
whoever was there watching this video.